Ayo, it's Popperazzi, Platinum Plus Pole, aka $100,000 bail, no jail, $100,000 watch, just watch. You're now politicking with Popperazzi. Okay, so today what we gonna talk about? I know I told y'all to get my last video to 400 likes, or I wasn't gonna drop another video. I'm serious about that, man. I need everybody to go back to my last two videos and get them to 300 and 400 likes. I'm not gonna drop any more content until y'all follow simple, small rules. I don't really want to use the word rules because I know it sounds kind of demanding, but on another note, I just need y'all to like, comment, and subscribe. Moving along, people said they want to hear me talk about certain things, so I'm gonna get straight into it. I'm not gonna waste your time. I'm not gonna give you a whole song and dance, but what I will do is, before I move forward, I want to give a big shout out to Heart Music Supply, man. Heart Music Supply supplied me with a lifetime limited supply of clothing to wear for y'all. Heart Music Supply sponsored me for this episode, as you can see, with this dope merch. And when y'all get a chance, y'all need to go to Instagram and type in Heart Music Supply to get your own, Furthermore, let's get into the topics. Let's get into what was going on while I was locked up and what took me so long to come home. So, first things first. When I was locked up, I was being told by an individual that it was a lot of people talking about me. I was told by an individual over the phone that it was people trolling me, yo. It was people trolling me on the internet while I was incarcerated. So let's get into some of the things that the people were saying about me while I was incarcerated. So the first thing that I heard while I was incarcerated was it was this dude who used to have no legs, and by the graces of God, God blessed him with a new set of legs, and he walked his way into No Jumper and decided, hey, let me take a shot back at Popperazzi Pole, since he took a shot at me when I hurt my legs. And honestly, I don't really know what he said. I still didn't watch the interview. I'm gonna be real. I didn't watch the interview. I just heard No Jumper posted about it, right? I heard that No Jumper posted about it, and it's kind of strange, man, because as much as I affiliate myself with No Jumper, I didn't understand why they allowed this dude to come on the platform and badmouth me, but also I feel like they only post the negative stuff about me while I was locked up, but never gave me like a free Popperazzi Pole post, right? They never gave me a, yo, this is mugshot, go reach out to him post. Yo, He's located on Rikers Island now. He's not in Bucks County no more. Anybody in his area, go check on him. But one thing I do know is that, shout outs to Adam 22, shout outs to Remo, they did ask to get the jail interview. They requested for someone to let me know that they wanted a jail interview. And I reached out to Remo. I reached out to Adam. Dots didn't connect while I was there, and I didn't get the jail interview done. But I did hear that there was inquiring about getting the jail interview, which probably would have been cool, but probably wasn't the smartest thing to do under the circumstances of me fighting a case, you know? You never know what you would say or what someone else would say over a jail phone that might somehow, some way come back to get you in trouble in the end. So I voted no when it came down to doing anything really via social media while I was incarcerated. I wasn't focused on clout. I'm not the other dude that's locked up right now, right? The other dude who always takes his time out of his day to try to come up with his friends or his ex-friends or his alleged associates. You know, whatever you want to call me, whatever category you want to put me in. These dudes only strive off coming up off of other people's names and not their own. So, it's a lot going on, man. I heard he was talking a lot about me. I heard he said that his peoples called him and told them that I got cut and that they put me in PC. Okay. Well, since I've been home, I've shown my face on many occasions outside of right now because I did something with my teeth that I don't want y'all to see. So, y'all get in the comment section and y'all guess what exactly did I do with my teeth and why am I not showing them. Some people say they can't focus on the story that I'm telling or the knowledge that I'm giving because they too busy looking at my teeth. So I don't want to distract them, especially now after I've done whatever I've done with my teeth. So when y'all figure that out, y'all gonna see. But yeah, like I said, I don't think that I should have been running straight to a phone to chase clout while I was fighting for my freedom. So I opt not to do anything social media. Like what I did do was I posted a very viral picture while I was on a visit on Rikers Island. They give you video visits. They give you video visits on a regular visiting floor, but it's like a TV there, and you pick up the phone and you speak to your people, and they can see you on camera. And I'm sitting, thinking the third or fourth row, and I take a decent picture. At least I thought it was a decent picture. And yeah, it got posted on social media, hashtag free Popperazzi poll. And everybody was in the comments showing love. I appreciate y'all showing love in the comments and sending your information for me to reach out to y'all, even if it was just to speak one time, just to see how I was doing. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate anybody who reached out to me and sent me any money, or took the time out their day to write me a letter. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know who y'all are. You know, some people don't like to be mentioned. For all the people who didn't reach out and didn't make sure that I was okay, shout outs to y'all too, because y'all enlightened me and y'all opened up my mind to the obvious of what's been going on. And sometimes you gotta be in a tough situation to realize what's really going on. So, I didn't think it was a good idea to do anything besides take that picture. And I didn't really speak to anybody. I did speak to FRBJ Main. Shout out to FRBJ Main. We spoke on the phone, and I told him my situation. He was probably one of the first people to know that I was going to bail out, despite people thinking that I wasn't, because it was taking so long. I don't usually sit in jail longer than a week, let alone a month. So more than 6 months was kind of surprising to my fans that I was still in there. I'm going to get into that too. After I finish addressing the haters. So then it was this other guy, right? It was this other guy that got cut in jail by some guys who, you know, he was running around lying to and bragging that he did something to me in Brooklyn. You know, this dude, he got his face cut for running around lying, saying he did something to me in Brooklyn, and not preferably by me, but more so by some people who were fans of mine that didn't appreciate his story. As y'all can see, he came home, he did a story, and if you really dissect everything that he was saying in that story, all he really said was, yo, I was jealous of this dude. I took his kindness for weakness. I took the time to use the fact that he's showing love as a way of making it seem as if he was riding. He tried to make it seem like I was dick riding, and it really just don't make sense for me to dick ride a bunch of dudes from Brooklyn that I don't know. Rest in peace, Zach TV. Shout out to Zach TV. Zach TV is really the main reason why I even showed those guys any love or even showed those guys any attention. Ty Valentine from Edenwald, an artist that I was working with heavy at that time, put that play together. I didn't reach out to those dudes. I didn't know those dudes. I didn't know their music. I didn't care to know those guys. Like I said, between Zach TV and Ty Valentine, you would have never got Popperazzi, Pole, Envy, Kane, Scroll Pay. You would have never got I Want the Money. And today it's still a lit record. It's a super duper lit record. Everybody loves the record. And if you look in that video, you can also see that Envy Kane was jealous of me. He didn't really accept the love that I was showing him. He wanted my spot. He wanted to be bigger than me. He wanted a shortcut to the top, and he thought that taking responsibility for something he didn't do was going to take him to the next level. He thought that riding my ops and reaching out to them after it was done to make it seem like he did something to me, hoping that he would get a Don Q feature. He was trying to get a Don Q feature. That was his dreams. That was his dream in life. He wanted a Don Q feature. So he did all that, took credit for some stuff that he didn't do after not looking in the mirror and thinking about the fact that these chain of events happened because he's not the man he say he is. I was outside with him and his friends didn't like something about me and they reacted how they reacted, or maybe they wasn't his friends, but they allegedly did some stuff to me that people act like was something severe. People play it off like something very, very, very bad happened to me, and Envy King was a part of it. No, Envy King was not a part of it. He just was there and couldn't stop it. That's the best thing I could say. I wasn't even going to say his name, but there you go. That clown. Shout outs to him, man. Stay focused, man, and do some more talking, man, so people could dissect and see that you just a hater. It's in your blood, bro. You just a hater. And him and the nigga with no legs, they one and the same. They both motionless. They both losers, right? We don't care about them. We don't listen to their music, right, New York City? We don't ever want to see these dudes ever again on our TV. They're done. But we here right now watching Politics with Popperazzi. We tuned in. We barely got 2,500 subscribers, and we doing some decent numbers. Slowly but surely, we're gonna make it to the top, especially with haters that want to speak my name on these different platforms as well as their own, and want to kind of give me promotion, which I'm fine with. Moving along, I heard that another media platform reported, piggybacking off the No Jumper story, that I was in PC. I got cut and they put me in PC. Where's the cut at? But okay, cool. What else? I had OG Product, my dog. OG Product did a Garrison News edition. His classic. Boo, 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 boo. He did a Garrison News edition, a Top Crocodile edition of a segment of our Popperazzi poll also, and it was clickbait, y'all. The title made it look like he was talking bad about me, but honestly, shout outs to OG Product, man. Despite our differences that we never had, because I don't feel like we ever had a conversation, but I did reach out to him in concerns to him just dealing with some material, the righteous way. Dealing with some content the righteous way. But at the same time, I understand the game, so shout outs to OG Product. You swindled them again, man. You hit them with a bomb title and they went for it. And it was actually a great video and concerning my case and my well-being. So shout outs to OG Product. I forget the other platforms, but I know it was a lot more that spoke on my situation, and I want to give all of y'all a shout out for promoting me while I was in there, while I was fighting for my freedom. I appreciate y'all deeply. And if you're still watching this video right now, like, comment, and subscribe, man. Get in the comment section and do your thing. Dance on that like button. Share this with your friends. Share this with your associates. Show this video to your people while you're at work during the overnight. Support me. So I come here weekly to give y'all these stories, man. I come here weekly to give y'all these stories because I want y'all to stay tapped in with me. I want y'all to understand my mind frame. I want y'all to understand that I'm fine. I'm properly fed. I can't complain, man. I got my freedom. I got my family, and I'm blessed. So shout outs to everybody who comes here every day. It says that I have 12,000 viewers, returning viewers. Appreciate that 12,000 people who return back to my channel even after watching it the first time to see more videos like this and to see more content like this. I appreciate y'all. Okay, so on the flip side of things, a lot of people wanted to know what happened. Y'all heard me briefly speak about trying to make bail in Bucks County before I even got extradited. And some people in the comments said there's no extradition bail. There's no bail for a person who's gonna get extradited. And I'm here to explain to y'all how that actually worked, and maybe y'all can understand. So when I was first arrested, I wasn't charged with any new crime. I was charged with being a fugitive of justice. Being a fugitive of justice is not showing up to court after being out on bail for another case. So I got charged with being a fugitive to justice. And when they took me to the precinct, and then they took me to like a little booking kind of building to see the judge, the judge granted me $1,000 bail. Now, I actually spoke to the judge myself and asked the judge, with my warrant issued out of the Bronx County, am I still able to place bail at that very moment? The judge says yes, you can place bail right now, and when you get out, you will have to make it your business to go fix whatever warrant you have in New York. So yes, I could have bailed out. Yes, I could have bailed out if I understood what waiving my rights for jurisdiction was gonna do. See, I was gonna bail out, and they ended up giving me a court date, right? So when I got arrested, I got arraigned. They gave me a court date, right? And that court date was like maybe a few days from the day that I was arraigned. And no, actually I think it was like 2 weeks. But in the midst of me sitting there waiting to go to court, I got called to court, surprisingly, on that Friday, I believe, which I think I got locked up like a Tuesday going into a Wednesday. But they called me for a surprise court date that Friday that I didn't have any knowledge of. And when I went to court, this is what they were proposing. They were saying, hey, listen, either you could fight your jurisdiction and be here bare minimum 30 days or more, however long it takes, or you could waive your rights to jurisdiction and speed up the process of New York coming to get you. So, you know, me, under the mind frame that I'm under, I just want to kind of get it over with. So I was like, let me hurry up and waive my rights. But I didn't understand that by waiving my rights, I was taking away the opportunity from myself to bail out from Bucks County. So I kind of found that out the hard way, because after I waived my rights, my family came to the courthouse literally 40 minutes after I seen the judge to place my bail. And that's when they explained to my family that because I waived my rights, I no longer can place bail until I'm extradited to New York, and New York gives me a bail. Cool. So when I get extradited to New York, my first court date and arraignment, I was remanded. They remanded me. They remanded me with no bail at first. And that was in September. Right? So, or early October. So, in the midst of that, I'm figuring out my strategy while I'm on Rikers Island. I'm figuring out how am I going to approach this case. And one thing that I realized that I needed to do was I needed to study my case. I needed to understand my case. I needed to understand that these charges that they are trying to allege that I've done, and I need to understand the law when it comes to those charges. So me and my family came together and came up with this idea to hire a private attorney. At first I had something called an 18B lawyer, court-appointed lawyer, but not legal aid 18B. I don't know the difference, but if you know the difference, get in the comments and let me know. But yeah, so I got a little story I want to give y'all about having a lawyer and hiring a lawyer and everything, but I'll wait until the case is done to speak on that. But yeah, so I hired a private attorney, and my birthday was coming up. My birthday was November 2nd. So I was trying to get home for my birthday, and then I went to court, and they remanded me again. So now me and my lawyer had a conversation, and I told my lawyer that we should probably shoot for a bail hearing under the conditions of my situation. I think it's the best idea, and my lawyer agreed. So in November, we was able to get a court date, because my case was actually on for like December 9th. But we was able to get a court date earlier than that, which was probably like November 20th. And I wasn't going to make it home for my birthday, but I was going to make it home for Thanksgiving. Granted bail on that day. And I won that bail hearing by grace of God. This is why I'm sitting here today. And from there, I was in the process of placing bail. No bails bond people wouldn't take my case due to my bail history. So that was unfortunate. It was very, very hard to try to get someone in the bail department to work with me. It was a really, really tough fight to come up with this bail, and it took me a few months, but I made it, and I'm here today. So for all the people who are saying, oh, you can't bail out when you got warrants and this, listen, PA Judge Bucks County told me, had I not waived my rights to expedition, I could have bailed out from that jail. I've seen people actually do it. So for this person that's uneducated in the comments who's telling me about my situation, it's some food for thought. So yeah, man, that's really what happened when it came down to my bail. And that's how I feel about the haters that was trying to tarnish my brand while I was incarcerated. Shout outs to you guys. I appreciate y'all. Y'all could hit the like button too when y'all see this, and show me some love the way I'm showing y'all love. I don't hate anybody. You know, I'm here to do my job, and that's to entertain my fans and to give them knowledge indirectly by sharing my experiences so they can learn from my mistakes or from my best moves. So, with that being said, make sure y'all go check out Art Music Supply on Instagram. Make sure y'all go check out all the clothing that they have. Get you some. Like I said, man, shout outs to all the haters, shout outs to all the fans, shout outs to everybody who even wakes up every day with Popperazzi Poe in their mind, whether it be positive or negative. I'm happy that I'm still even here today to even be judged. So shout outs to y'all on that. Last thing before I close out, I want to give y'all some advice. I want to give y'all some food for thought. For guys who are incarcerated or out on bail, even if you're already on probation or parole, do yourself a favor. Read up on your case. Learn your case. Understand your case. Understand the alleged charges that they're trying to hit you with, and understand what exactly is going on with your life. Don't just leave it in the lawyer's hands. No disrespect to my lawyer. Shout out to my lawyer. That nigga is the truth. But don't leave your fate in your lawyer's hands, in the judge's hands, or the DA's hands. Please read up on your case. You politic with Popperazzi. I got a million more stories for y'all, man. I'm actually going to progress into some new stories. I think I might give y'all one more segment, just overall wrapping up my experience in jail just now, and then I'm gonna take y'all back to the adolescent days when I was coming up as a youth, when I was coming up as a little whippersnapper. And I'm going to tell y'all some of those stories. I seen somebody talking about what happened when I bumped into Ziggy Zar. I want to break that story down a little bit more than I did already on No Jumper. I want to break it down a little bit more than I did on P Films. So tap in with me, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Politics with Popperazzi, and I'm out.